Good morning, students. In our previous video, we have understood how water enters the root system and gets transported across the plant body. Right? Now we shall understand the transport of ions and food. Shall we start? Yes. Students, plants require varieties of minerals for their growth and development. Right? In 9th class, you have studied about this. So there are two types of mineral salts. What are they? Macronutrients, micronutrients. So macronutrients include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Micronutrients include boron, iron, manganese, zinc, copper, molybdenum and chlorine. So all these minerals, they are absorbed by the plants in the form of salts, means they in the form of ions. Got it? So how they get absorbed into the plant body? It is via roots. These mineral ions are actually dissolved in soil water. So as the water from soil enters into the root hair cell, these minerals also enter. Got it? ఈ మినరల్స్ అన్ని సాయిల్ వాటర్లో డిజాల్వ్ అయి ఉంటాయి. వాటర్ సాయిల్లో నుంచి రూట్స్లోకి ఎంటర్ అయినప్పుడు ఈ మినరల్స్ కూడా రూట్స్లోకి ఎంటర్ అయిపోతాయి. బట్ దెర్ ఇస్ వన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ హియర్. వాటర్ ఎంటర్స్ ఇన్ టు ద రూట్ హెయిర్ సెల్ బై ప్యాసివ్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్. So what is passive transport? Movement of materials across the membrane without spending any energy. So when water is moving across, there is no energy utilization. ఇక్కడ ఏ ఎనర్జీ అనేది యూటిలైజ్ అవ్వదు బికాస్ వాటర్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఈస్ మోర్ అవుట్ సైడ్ లెస్ ఇన్సైడ్. సో వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్? స్పాంటేనియస్లీ వాటర్ ఎంటర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ అవుట్ సైడ్ టు ఇన్సైడ్ without any usage of energy. This transport is called as passive transport. But what about minerals? The concentration of minerals is more inside when compared to outside. Soil has less minerals when compared to this root hair cell. So then what happens? Minerals cannot enter spontaneously. Tamantata tamu enter avalevu because outside takku undi, inside ekku undi. Right? So what happens? Cell uses its energy to transport these minerals across. So if the cell uses energy for the transport, then such a transport is called as active transport. Got it? మినరల్స్ వాటర్లో డిజాల్వ్ అయి ఉంటాయి, వాటర్ ద్వారానే వస్తాయి. బట్ వాటర్ ప్యాసివ్గా ఎంటర్ అవుతుంది, మినరల్స్ మాత్రం యాక్టివ్గా ఎంటర్ అవుతాయి. గాట్ ఇట్ స్టూడెంట్స్? ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్. నెక్స్ట్ we shall see transport of food. Students, where is food synthesized in plants? It is in leaves, right? By photosynthesis. Now, this food has to be transported to all the parts of the body. Which tissue helps in this? It is phloem. I told phloem is made up of three types of cells, right? Sieve tubes, companion cells and phloem parenchyma. So of all these, which cells help in transport? It is sieve tubes that conduct food from leaves to all the parts. Got it? Now, the mechanism of transport of food is out of scope for us. What we have to understand is how biologists came to know that phloem transports food. Students, biologists studied about this by doing experiments on aphids. What are aphids? Aphids are a type of insects which are green in color. See here, this is the aphid. These aphids, they feed on plant juices by piercing their proboscis. Proboscis is a mouth part which is sharp, needle-like. So by piercing the proboscis through the stem, they suck the plant juices. Now, these aphids were killed during the act of feeding and stem was sectioned. So scientists ఏం చేశారంటే ఇది ఫీడింగ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు దాన్ని చంపేసి అలాగే అఫిడ్ని తీయకుండానే స్టెమ్ని సెక్షన్ చేసి చూసారనమాట. అప్పుడేమైందంటే దే ఫౌండ్ దట్ proboscis was pierced until phloem. దీన్ని కట్ చేసి చూసినప్పుడు దాని proboscis అనేది లైక్ ఇట్ వెంట్ అప్ టు ఫ్లోయం వరకు వెళ్ళిందనమాట. Then what they did is they collected the extruding fluid from the proboscis. Proboscis నుంచి అంటే ఇన్సెక్ట్ని రిమూవ్ చేసేసారు. proboscis లోపల ఉండే ఫ్లూయిడ్ని అనలైజ్ చేశారనమాట. సో అనలైజ్ చేసినప్పుడు they found that the fluid contained sugars and amino acids. So from that they understood that phloem is carrying sugars and amino acids. Got it? This is one evidence. Another evidence is they had removed the bark of the tree until phloem. So from epidermis to phloem, the tissue is removed like a ring as shown here. Next, this tree is left for few days. After few days, what they observed is there is a bulge in the upper region. This is due to the accumulation of food coming from the upper parts of the plant. Because it is not going downwards, it is getting accumulated here and bulge is appearing. Got it? So they analyzed this bulge and found that food got accumulated. So from that they understood it is the phloem that is conducting food. Next, one more common observation is, if you see the trees in forest, they are usually eaten up until phloem by the herbivores like rabbits, squirrels. So trees ni gaani meer observe chesinarante avi phloem varaku తినేసి ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట, ఇలా రింగ్ లాగా. అఫ్ కోర్స్ రింగ్ లాగా కాకపోవచ్చు, until phloem డ్యామేజ్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. That says that the herbivores are eating the food from the phloem. So this problem with herbivores is overcome by the foresters by rearing foxes, badgers, hawks, owls in the forest. So foresters ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఈ herbivores నుంచి కాపాడుకోవడం కోసము foxes ని, badgers ని, hawks ని, owls ని రిలీజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారన్నమాట. ఇవి ఏం చేస్తాయి, herbivores ని కంట్రోల్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి. Got it? And that is how they protect the plants. So this is one evidence, one more evidence that phloem conducts food materials. So students, you understood? I hope you understood the transportation of ions and food. So with this, the transportation of materials in plants is over. Got it? Thank you.